Hi, my name is Kurt Lammy. I am the pastor at St Paul Lutheran Church on Dogleg Road in Dayton, Ohio. And I'd like to take a moment today to think with you about the question, does the Bible really say God helps those who help themselves? Short answer, no. But a lot of people think this is in the Bible. This idea actually goes all the way back to the Greek tragedies. It's referred to in Aesop's fables. It's often attributed to Benjamin Franklin, that particular wording, but it actually goes back to Algernon Sidney, who was a 17th century English politician. But a lot of people think this phrase, God helps those who help themselves, is scriptural, but it's not. So what does the Bible say? Well, there are plenty of places in the Bible that talk about God providing for us. There are also a lot of places in the Bible that talk about God calling us to help our neighbors. For example, think about when the Israelites were in the wilderness and God provided manna to them. This was the bread that God had promised to give them. Now, when the people went out and found the bread, it's not like they found loaves of bread from the grocery store just laying out on the ground. They just picked it up. Instead, what they saw was like a fine, flaky substance, almost like dew on the ground. They looked at it and they said, "What is this?" That's actually what the word manna means. What is it? They didn't know what it was, so they just called it, "What is it?" They ended up taking this fine, flaky substance and they would make it into bread. So in that case, God provided the stuff that helped make the stuff that makes their bread. Think about the food that you eat, right? When we trace it back, this is a fun game to play. Take the food that's on your plate and figure out, where did it come from? It came from the grocery store. Where did the grocery store get it? It came from the factory or the farm or wherever. And where did that place get it? If you trace it all the way back, then you trace it back to the animals or plants. And then, of course, you trace it back to God, who made the animals and plants, right? So God provides for us. This is true. But God also calls us to provide for our neighbor. God works through others to care for other people. For example, there were a lot of people involved with bringing that food to your plate. Right? Yes, God provided it to you, but God worked through a whole bunch of people to bring it there. In the same sort of way, God works through you to take care of others. God provides through you to take care of others. This whole idea that God helps those who help themselves is actually an emphasis on self-reliance that just happens to use God talk to do it, to make it sound more religious or more scriptural or something like that. But what's really going on here is we're missing the emphasis on God providing through us to help others. In one sense, we can think about God providing for us like pray and take your medicine. If you're sick, right? Some people just pray hoping that God will cure them, but then we also have medicine that we can take. Doctors we can go to, people in the scientific field who want us to feel better. Yes, we pray, and yes, we also take our medicine. Because God's working through the people in the medical field to help you. You see what's going on here? God provides through others to help you. So this idea of God provides for those who provide for themselves, no, come on. None of us can really provide for ourselves. We're all reliant upon others. And God works through others. God works through us in order to help others too. So let's get rid of this idea that God helps those who help themselves. Instead, let's think about how can God use me to help other people. Please leave a comment to this video and let me know what you think about how God can use you to serve your neighbor. Thanks for watching.